Hello all, welcome back to yet another interesting story under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav story series by Momish of Musings. Today I'm going to talk about another interesting personality. Maybe first time I'm talking about a naval commander from Indian history. Have you heard any naval commanders so far from our Indian history, or did you get a chance to read about naval commanders? If not, then definitely this story is going to interest you a lot. He's the Chief Admiral from Maratha Empire, none other than Kanhoji Angre, to whom the entire Arabian Ocean and the mighty Indian Oceans always used to bow down. And in fact, the sea, the mighty seas, are biggest friends for Kanhoji Angre. How it happened? Let us just find out before we get into the real story. As usual, let us see what is his background, from where he has come. Then only we understand why he is being called as the chief admiral of the Maratha Empire. We all know that India shares almost 34% of its borders with the mighty oceans, right? The entire with both Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal and a little bit in the Indian Ocean. But have you ever heard about the naval army? Maybe we had seen it in a fleeting way in during the Cholas time, and then we had seen in most of the social media posts these days that Shivaji Maharaj is can be treated as the first naval commander in Indian history who has established a mighty naval empire. But apart from Shivaji Maharaj or Cholas, have you really heard about any naval commander who has, taken control of over the mighty oceans with whom India shares its borders? We know that India has done trading through the oceans, but then there should be some commanders, isn't it? And that gap is being filled by our hero for today, that is Kanhoji Angre. Kanhoji Angre was born in a very small village called Harne in the Ratnagiri district of the current Konkan region. His father, at that point of time, Takoji Angre, was working as a naval commander in the Suvarnadurg fort, and he had around 20 people reporting to him in the Suvarnadurg fort at that point of time. And that is where our Kanhoji Angre, the main protagonist of this today's story, started breathing in this salty air from the sea. He started observing the waves of the sea, and he started trying to understand the vagaries of the Arabian Sea. And his best friends are none other than holy sailors from the Konkan Empire, who are totally, let us say, like not very civilized, not very highly educated at that point of time, but still they are known for their faithfulness. They are known for their trust factor. And our Kanoji Angre has used to spend a lot of time with them, going on their boats, shown in the pictures like this, very small fishery boats, not the big merchant vessels, or not the big battleships which Britishers or Portuguese used to invade India at that point of time. And he used to understand the vagaries of the sea. He used to understand how the behavior of the sea during different periods of the time, be it be monsoon time, summer, winter, during the cyclones. He learned so much about the sea that he can talk even about in dream about how to go on a bark on the seafront with the big merchant vessels or the warships. That shows his dedication and his love for sea. And Kanoji Angre has started participated in the first battle at the tiny age of 13 years itself. Before that, he would have participated along with his father, Takoji Angre, in different battles, in which Swarnadurg has participated already from the Grand Maratha Empire at that point of time. But at the age of 13 years, he entered into the battle on his own as a main commander of his army battalion from the Suvarnadurg fort. And let me not use the word army battalion here, my dear friends. It's the Navy battalion. And he won Suvarnadurg fort, based on which Maratha Empire king Shivaji Maharaj has given him a good naval commander post in the Maratha Navy. And that is the time, actually, towards the end of Shivaji Maharaj. time. And as soon as Shivaji Maharaj has passed away, Shambhaji Maharaj started taking the reins of the Great Maratha Empire. And you know what happened to Shambhaji Maharaj, right? After Shambhaji Maharaj death, the Maratha Empire was facing threats from different directions, like Savans, Britishers, Dutchers, Siddiqs, Portuguese. Everybody was trying to conquer Maratha Empire, especially the from the seaside. And that is when Tarabai Bhosle actually has started taking the full control of the Maratha Empire. And we already spoke about her story during the first round of the Maratha Empire stories, isn't it? I can provide the link for her story in the comment section after this video gets published. And then our Kanhoji Angre has supported Tarabai Bhosle in maintaining the Maratha frontier from the sea in a very safe and secure way. And that is the time when he actually started expanding the naval empire, Maratha naval empire, to from all the way from Surat in Gujarat till Vengura in the south of Konkan. He started inducting a lot of different ships, but none of these ships are very big in nature when compared to the British ships or the Portuguese or Dutch ships. They were the small ships which can be easily used to go in the shallow waters, which can be easily used to escape in the either in the big seas, and which doesn't need much of the steering and much of the control. So he has built different kinds of ships with cannons also installed on those ships. And once he started occupying a lot of different sea forts, which Maratha Empire is famous for, and establishing his control, he started collecting taxes from all the foreign naval ships which are entering into the Arabian Sea to dock on the Indian coastline. And in the example which historians quote for this is that Kanhoji Angre used to charge minimum of 50,000 INR, Indian rupees, per year from the East India Company itself. That shows how much amount he must be giving it to the Maratha Empire for its maintenance during that point of time. 50,000 rupees at that point of time is not a small amount, right? So, I mean, based on all these frustrations, the Britishers, Dutch, Portuguese, everybody was started calling him as the pirates of Indian Ocean or pirates of Arabian Sea. But here, let me honestly tell you, Kanhoji Angre is not a pirate because he is not trying to take money away from the Lord. He still feels that he is obedient servant of the Lord. And the Lord of Maratha Empire at that point of time is Tarabai Bhosle. But we all know that Tarabai Bhosle also had to give off the reins of Maratha Empire to Shahu Maharaj. At that point of time, Kanhoji Angre could have easily revolted against Shahu Maharaj and declared himself as an independent ruler. He didn't do that. You know why? Because a true Maratha warrior blood flows in his body. And as a true Maratha warrior, he declared his subservience to Shahu Maharaj and told that these are all the forts that he has occupied, right from Surat to Vengurala. And this is what he is going to submit it on a yearly basis to Maratha Empire. Then Shahu Maharaj understood that there is no point in fighting against Kanhoji Angre just because he supported Tarabai Bhosle, which he's done because of his dedication towards the Maratha Empire, and he is going to serve to any of the leaders from Shivaji family. So he signed a unity agreement with Kanhoji Angre and gave him the title of Chief Admiral of Maratha Naval Empire and gave him the control of all the coastal forts in the Maratha Empire, with which Kanhoji Angre was very happy. And Kanhoji Angre, that is the time when Kanhoji Angre started, again strengthening his naval battalions, and he taught them different strategies as to how to safeguard their ships from the big merchant battleships of Britishers, Dutchers, Portuguese, and all these people. And his strategy there is simple. He never used to go and fight in the open high seas because those big warships has a cannons installed on them, and when they fire the cannon, their smaller ships, like the fisher, which we have seen in the earlier slides, will get blasted pretty easily in the high seas. So he should always wage war in the guerrilla manner, for which Shivaji Maharaj is very famous for, from the shallow waters of the Arabian Sea. And through these canals and the shallow waters, British ships couldn't even, turn their steering and move into high seas pretty easily. That way, Kanoji Angre is also called as Shivaji Maharaja of Arabian Sea. No wonder he's given this title which is similar to that of with the his most favorite ruler of the Maratha Empire. Kanoji Angre has fought more than 17 battles with British, Dutch, and Portuguese. In some of most of these battles have been waged in a combined manner, but still none of them could defeat Kanoji Angre. And they had, in fact, British governor had mentioned that, if Kanoji Angre's ships are being seen in the Arabian Sea, it's better to move away back to high seas and wait for the time then Kanoji Angre's ships go back to their hinterlands, and then let these big ships sail into the docking ports like Mumbai or Kochi or Goa and stuff like that. That shows how brave and fierce Kanoji Angre is, the unconquered, unparalleled, unfearsome, brave warrior, or should we call it as a chief naval admiral from the Maratha Empire. We can still see his samadhi on the Alibag Island, located on the Konkan coast even today, and his museum is also being maintained by our Iron Navy department. Shows, his bravery and how he used the different strategies to beat the biggest battleships of that time. That is the Britishers and Portuguese ships. So, I'm not going in detail about the various battles which he's raised. Participated in, how he had basically conquered all of them. But what I'm trying to highlight here is that when people are really scared to get into ships and travel to all the way to Europe and stuff like that, when the common man is, if you are some of traveling in the ship on the high sea, we have a small, common man who's raised to the position of chief admiral just because of his dedication, bravery, and his hard work. And he has built himself a strong followers from the Koli fisherman folk tribes who has supported him till his last birth. That shows the amazing policies which Kanoji Angre has used in his entire lifetime. And that he he had looted the wealth from Britishers, but he's distributed equally to the fisherman folk and worked for their benefit. Otherwise, the fisherman folk wouldn't be supporting Kanoji Angre for so long, isn't it, my dear friends? So that's all is my story for today. I hope you liked it. I feel that there are so many life lessons that we can use even today, which Navy are in fact using it. But I feel that the story about Kanoji Angre should be known for each and every Indian so that we can derive more lessons on about his bravery, dedication towards the government, the ruling king, and stuff like that. Had he been born in Britain by mistake, he would have been given the knighthood and he would have become a national hero about whom each and every British kid would have read by now today. But unfortunately, just because he's born in India and fought for India, or rather the great Maratha Empire at that point of time, his story got rusted in the annals of the Indian history books, which is very sad thing to know. And I hope at least after this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav event, somewhere we'll start getting to know more about the real heroes who helped us, who shaped India as what it is today. That's all for today. Take care. Bye bye.